I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Reddit story Nah, I'ma Stay by Man Vetti. A few years ago, a seat opened up in a campaign I was playing in. We put up an LFP post, evaluated some candidates, and picked the one who seemed like the best fit. Over the course of the week, we helped the new guy set up his character. He wanted to play a paladin of the same god that our cleric followed.
Cleric, we worship the same god.
Which seemed great to us, as it gave him an immediate in with the party. At this point in the game, the party had just touched down in the settlement we were using as our base, before heading out on the next leg of our adventure. So it was a good time to bring a new character into the party too. In short, everything seemed to be going well with the new guys onboarding. When the day of the session came, we started off with some out of character welcoming, introductions, etc. This started with the cleric meeting the paladin, then introducing him to the rest of the party. After introductions, everyone seemed ready for glory, so we all piled into our ship to sail off towards our next stop. Everyone except the new paladin, that is.
Your ship is here, friends. I'm staying.
He decided that he wanted to stay in town to see what his god wanted him to do.
Guide me to find an adventure in town.
It just so happened that our cleric was the head of the local congregation, the highest ranking official in their church for hundreds of miles in any direction. So he pointed out to the paladin that he'd received signs from their god that this was the way to go. That apparently wasn't enough. When in-character discussion failed, our DM resorted to outright telling the new guy, "The story is going in this direction. If you don't get on the ship, you won't be part of it." Still, "I'm gonna stay on the dock and see what comes along." Thinking he had maybe been a little too subtle, the DM tried again. "If your character doesn't get on the ship, you won't be part of the D&D group." But again, he got no traction. "I'll wave at them from the dock and stay to take care of things around here." Okay, buddy, it's obviously that there's nothing happening, so why are you waiting? We said our goodbyes. The DM booted him from the Discord, and we never heard from him again. To this day, I still have no idea what his motivation was. His introduction came at the very start of the session, so it's not like he saw our party style and decided it wasn't for him. But still, every now and then I think back and have a bit of a chuckle about the paladin, the glorious champion of a militant god, all about fighting the good fight, who was offered the chance for adventure, glory, and a fight to save the world and responded, "Nah, I think I'll just stay here." The next story, I chose it because it's somewhat similar, so let's continue. Reddit story, No, You Cannot Blow a Hole in the Ship and Kill the Entire Party by some Welsh guy. A few weeks ago, I decided to run a D&D campaign based in the Mass Effects universe. I made stats for all the races, rules for the tech and biotics, Mass Effects version of space magic, and a few weapons from all 8 of the Mass Effects weapons categories. I was pretty proud of all the homebrew I'd managed to make for this campaign, and was eager to find some players to enjoy it. I made a couple of posts on the LFG forums to advertise the campaign and got a decent number of responses. Eventually I settled on 5 players, one of which I probably should have booted during character creation. His first character idea was to play a Reaper, a literal Reaper. You know, the 2-kilometer living starships that can 1v1 entire fleets without taking damage. His argument was that by essentially being the party's ship, he'd save money on repairs and stuff. His second idea was to play Commander Shepard, the literal main character of the games, who is dead by the time this campaign starts, as it's post Mass Effect 3. He went through a few more blatantly overpowered character concepts before I finally talked him down to playing a Turian fighter. His backstory for this character was 2 whole sentences. "He's a former soldier who worships stars. He wants to find a home." Eventually we came to session 0. The players all meet each other, some background information is exchanged, rules are discussed, etc, etc. I noticed that the Turian was practically silent during the whole thing. His mic wasn't muted. I checked a few times during the session. He just wasn't engaging with anyone. Okay, well, a lot of people are quiet when they meet new people. That's normal enough, I naively thought. Eventually we reach the game night. I give the opening narration explaining that it'll be 3 days until they reach the nearest mass relay, and ask each player in turn to describe their character and tell us what they do during these few days of travel time. When I reach Turian, he doesn't bother describing his character. Instead, he simply says he wants to detonate a grenade and blow a hole in the side of their starship. His reason? He worships space, so he wants to be outside. Obviously, I tell him no, he can't willingly destroy their ship, since it would kill the entire party and end the campaign right away. He tries to argue, saying that a good DM would find a way to make it work, and that I shouldn't say no, only yes and. When I refused to budge, he just told me to go F myself and left the server. Okay, what a big baby. The remaining 4 players agreed to keep playing without him, and we had a pretty fun session, with the party exploring an abandoned colony full of hostile unknown aliens. After the session, I found out that Turian had been messaging another player, the only woman in the party, trying to convince her to send him pictures of her. Oh my god. Really? Again?
This Turian needs nudes.
Oh man, I swear this is the character from the previous Reddit horror story that I read. You know, the alien with the multiple lovers that are pregnant? She never did, and even blocked him when he started to get aggressive with his messages. Always nice when the trash takes itself out, I suppose. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. At the end of the day, Dungeons & Dragons and any other TTRPG is a collaborative storytelling experience. It's not a solo act. Every player at the table is there to contribute to a shared story, not to derail it, hijack it, or blow a hole in the ship because that's what my character would do. If your idea of role-playing involves ignoring plot hooks, refusing to engage with the party, or making the game all about you, then you're not just playing a unique character, you're ruining the fun for everyone else. And no, being in character isn't an excuse. Role-playing doesn't give you the license to be disruptive. It means making decisions that make sense for the character and for the group story. That's why Session Zero is so important, and I know I keep harping on this all the time. It's the perfect time to talk about expectations, tone, group dynamics, and what kind of game you're all playing. Use that space to ask questions, get on the same page, and make sure everyone understands the social contract of the game. We're here to have fun together. Now, if you're a DM and you do spot a contrarian role player, someone who seems to be there just to test your patience or torpedo the campaign, don't be afraid to pull them aside. Be direct but fair. Say something like, hey, I get that you're trying to do something interesting with your character, but this game is about group storytelling. We need everyone on the same page to make it work. If you don't want to participate in the story the group is telling, this might not be the right table for you. And if they still won't budge, let them go. The campaign and everyone else's fun is too valuable to waste on someone who doesn't want to play the game. Be collaborative, be creative, but most importantly, be a good player. If you've got your own horror story about a player who refused to play, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Anyway guys, that's it for today, and I'll see you soon.